This video is sponsored by LG. This is LG's newest 32SQ780S monitor. Now, I've done my fair share of monitor reviews, yet I've never seen a more impressive all-rounder, and this product fits snugly into a niche of its own. A productive and highly versatile monitor with a surprisingly affordable price tag, something that we'll talk about in a bit. For a start, it's a 32 inches and it's 4K. In the box, it comes with LG's Ergo Stand, which is, by the way, absolutely fantastic. It runs WebOS, essentially turning it into a smart TV. It provides power via USB-C, it comes with decent speakers, and so much more. So let's unpack this big boy and see what it delivers regarding looks and productivity. As a start, the box is substantial and there's nothing in excess. The monitor itself is of admirable size and it comes with pretty much everything one might require. I'll talk about the stand in a bit, but aside from it and the power brick, which is standard LG size, included there's an HDMI cable and an LG remote control. Installing the monitor is a simple one-man job where I first had to clamp the Ergo stand and second snap the display into place. Now, there are plenty of 32-inch monitors out there. Few, however, come in such an excellent aesthetics package. Design-wise, it's a plastic shell, but with a premium finish. The creamy white color of the frame alongside the color-matched Ergo stand makes it stand out no matter the desk you place it on. In my recent desk setup guide videos, which I'll link at the end of this one, I've had plenty of people asking me about this display because apparently it stands out. Despite being a hefty display coming in shy above 24 pounds with the Ergo stand, it is perfectly balanced, making it extremely easy to swivel and rotate in any direction. Unlike other LG products, the ports are not rear-facing but pointing downwards for that cleaner and more aesthetic look on the back. The stand has built-in cable organization, ensuring the entire product looks as good on the back as it is on the front. The front bezels are thin and even except for the chin, which accommodates the speakers, which I'll talk more about in a second. I'll spend a bit more time on the LG Ergo Stand because it's impressive. It moves in many different ways, going forward, backward, tilting, and even pivoting to switch from horizontal to vertical mode. Rotating 32 inches that easily is honestly trippy and very cool to experience in person. It swivels up to 280 degrees, so you can swivel it out of the way when you're not using it to free up even more desk space. If your office space is more consolidated, this comes in very handy as you can clear room on the desk when the monitor is not in use, or you can just simply point the display out of the desk and into, let's say, your couch area as your one and only TV/monitor. I can see offices taking advantage of the Ergo Stand as well, since you can easily rotate the screen to showcase something to your colleagues. The clamp and grommet on the stand are dead easy to fix on the edge of any desk, requiring no tools. In terms of ports, it is very well equipped. On the back, there are two HDMI ports, a LAN port, USB-A, and my favorite USB-C, which aside from 4K at 60Hz picture, also outputs 65 watts of power. If you're concerned if this is capable of charging a large laptop, don't worry. We use it to top up the 16-inch MacBook Pro, no problem. If the computer is not maxing out performance all the time, 65 watts is good enough to top it up when outside peak power spikes. That's not all, however. Glancing at the right side of the frame, the smart monitor also provides two additional USB-A ports, ideal for connecting hard drives or USB drives without having to reach on the back. With all the ports mentioned so far, the monitor can be connected to a laptop, desktop, or gaming console, but here comes the fun part. Even if it's not linked to any machine, it can still be used as a standalone device, thanks to the built-in WebOS operating system. It's all there. Netflix, Prime Video, Apple TV, Disney+, HBO Max, and pretty much anything else that you can think of, essentially turning this monitor into a 4K TV with just a press of a button. The support for LG voice control Magic Remote is excellent. Still, even if you don't opt for it, the included one is the perfect companion for this 32-inch beast, because when you're ready to relax, you can just kick back and just play your favorite TV show. As I mentioned a moment ago, a thumb drive can also be used as an input source, as well as sharing your content or music from the smartphone thanks to the built-in Apple AirPlay 2 and HomeKit support. When broadcasting from supported apps like YouTube, for example, you can turn your smartphone into a remote control for more straightforward navigation. And if that's not enough, you can download LG's ThinQ app and control everything from there. The display technology is VA, which has been going through a renaissance in recent years, as it is being embraced and improved on, allowing for large yet sharp panels in affordable packages like this very LG. VA or vertical alignment panels achieve much higher contrast than IPS, where the most significant advantage comes from reproducing deep blacks and overall detail in the shadow areas. The smart monitor peaks at 250 nits, has a 5 milliseconds response time, supports 90% of the DCI-P3 color spectrum, and has built-in color presets for most types of content consumption like game optimizer, cinema, filmmaker mode, expert, and more. If you want to reduce eye strain, the eye comfort mode is something to relish as well. Furthermore, it has built-in AI features to recognize the content automatically and switch to the preset accordingly as well. In terms of size, the actual diagonal is 31.5 inches, and in my monitor guide, which I'll link below, I talk about how this is the new norm. Although 27 inches is the accepted office size, 32 inches is more versatile. It's plenty big to move back and use relaxed even on the largest of desks. At the same time, it is the ideal size for entertainment like gaming and content consumption, being excellent to watch even from a distance. When using this monitor from a distance, you can connect Bluetooth devices like a mouse and a keyboard to take full advantage of the intelligent features and navigate WebOS effortlessly. When I first did that, I was pleasantly surprised by how quick and responsive the peripherals work. Connecting a Bluetooth speaker or system is also an option. With them, alongside the DivX HD player, you can have seamless playback on all popular formats you might have placed on an external drive. If the surroundings are not a concern, you can also utilize the auto volume feature. But even without an external sound source, the built-in speaker system has some nifty AI tricks to fill a room. For example, AI acoustic tuning uses the microphone on the Magic Remote to collect ambient sounds and analyze and tweak the EQ for optimal performance. The 5-watt dual speaker system is punchy, and the presets such as cinema, music, sports, and others truly make a difference. So when you hear a monitor that is also a TV that has a 4K 32-inch display with a built-in ergonomic stand, integrated speakers, a remote control, and a power delivery system, you might be thinking that it's very expensive. Well, I'm sorry, but you might be wrong. At just $499, this LG Smart Monitor is a great offer that you should definitely shortlist if you want to have one display for pretty much all your needs. To give you a perspective, an acceptable monitor arm that can carry such size and weight of a display, which is also on par with the quality of what LG has integrated into the Smart Monitor, costs north of $150. I'll just leave it at that. If you enjoyed this video, check out my monitor playlist and some of my recent desk setup guides, which I'll place here somewhere. Give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, as well as my newsletter. And as always, it's been an absolute pleasure. This is Z, over and out.